We'll see how that goes. I mean, he's been limited all week, so I think he wants to play, and hopefully we have him out there.
I wanted to ask you about Bobby McCain. How would you assess his development at safety?
I think he's, from a communication standpoint, he's probably one of our top communicators. Can get himself along with some other guys lined up, which is definitely helpful. When things change in offense, whether they go to empty or shift or motion, he can kind of handle all that, those adjustments within the defense. So we missed him, last week, so we're happy to have him back. And I think he's played well at that position.
The number of players on the injury report this week, do you expect them to be game-time decisions?
A lot of guys are dealing dinged up. I mean, that's kind of how it is for every team, in the league. That's the game. So guys are dinged up. They're playing through it. They're fighting through it. Doing everything they can to get back. It's really par for the course. And in the National Football League, it's a hard, aggressive, physical game, and guys get dinged up. And it's normal to have a lot of guys on the injury report.
What are you looking at as far as punt returners? Sunday, obviously, Jakeem's had the hamstring. We know Kenyon can do kickoffs.
Yeah. Well, we had a number of guys back there for punts. Kenyon's been back there for punts. Preston returned punts in the preseason. Jakeem is obviously our primary guy. Hopefully we can get him out there. He's been out there in practice, catching punts. He's making some progress. So hopefully we see. Hopefully Jakeem gets out there.
Brian, we spend so much time talking about things that need improvement, but two numbers that jump out at you are how well you've done in punting with Matt Hawk and the kick return. Not too many people have returned kicks against you guys. What are you seeing out of those two units and those guys in particular?
The cover units have been, kind of a bright spot. I think Matt's kicked the ball well. He could kick them better. I mean, some of those, miss hits. He's gotten a good bounce on a couple of those. We'll take it, obviously, but we've gotten good play out of the gunners and really the unit overall. Same in the kickoff coverage. So, look, those are field position plays. I'm big on every yard is important. So. The better coverage, the better field position, it makes it better, for us defensively, and obviously force the opponent to drive the long field. So, again, I've said this before, the kicking game is near and dear to my heart. I think we spend a lot of time on the punt game, the kickoff, really all 6 phases: punt return, kickoff return, field goal block. So. We put a lot of time into it. It's nice to see some results in those 2 phases. Really, we want them in all 6 phases, and hopefully we get that on Sunday.
Ryan, across town in the college program down here, Manny Diaz announced Monday he was going to become more involved in the defense, even though he hired a coordinator this offseason. Didn't rule out calling plays. Is that something you've at all considered in terms of calling plays or becoming even more immersed on that side of the ball?
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for Manny. He's a really good coach. Spent some time with him a couple off seasons ago. He's bright, energetic. I think he's, a very, very good coach. As far as, from our standpoint, look, every situation is different. So, how he handles their situation is how he handles them. For me, I have a lot of confidence in Pat Graham and our defensive coaching staff, and Pat's going to call the game. And look, I'll always have input offensively, defensively in the kicking game. But at the end of the day, you really need one voice there. So Pat will call it.
Can you talk about having Hearns back from the concussion and how he's looking in practice?
Yeah, it's nice to have him back. He's good in practice. Obviously, he's one of our most dependable players. Catches the ball cleanly, runs good routes, tough, blocks. Really happy to have him back. I think he brings a lot to this team from a toughness standpoint, from a dependability standpoint, from a leadership standpoint. Again, he's a man of few words. He's not overly vocal, but his play speaks speaks volumes, I think. So, I mean, he's just tough guys we have. And I think, I think he's a reliable player, and, we're happy to have him back.
Brian, what have your conversations been with Chris Greer or Mr. Ross this week regarding this game, and how do you approach it?
My conversations with, guys within the office are, internal. But, my conversations with Chris, which are daily, we talk about, the team, how we can improve, how we can get better. They're just daily conversations, but those are internal conversations, and my conversations with the owner are the same. So I'm not going to speak about the specifics of those. I just think that's courtesy, to be honest. So. Good.
Thank you.